a Squiggle Technique that Violet Oaklander did, and I teach in my trainings. And that's where, well, there's actually two scribbles. So one is where, in order to stimulate the language part of our brain, just doing a very quick fine motor skill exercise where you just draw a little scribble on a piece of paper, it's amazing the difference in the expressive language and how that can stimulate that in children. And then there's another technique called the scribble, actually. So a demonstration of the scribble technique, which actually involves a lot of different skills that we work on at the K&M Center. And it's fun. So it starts out where you would have the student standing up and imagining that there's a piece of paper that is as tall as them, that, let's say, starts on the floor, and they are picturing, so see, we're using their visualization skills. They're picturing the piece of paper that's vertical, right? And it goes all the way down to their feet. And then what you have them do is pick two colors, and I'll show you why. So the first color is used to make the scribble, but first what you're going to do is have them do it in the air. So what they do is they put it in their hand that they use to write. I'm left-handed, and I'm going to imagine, actually I'm taking the cap off so I'll be ready to make my scribble. So I'm going to count to 10 starting from the top of my body all the way to the bottom, and this is what you do with a student. So you say 1, 2, and I'm making a scribble, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops, I just made a red mark on my rug. That's okay. Okay, so now that same scribble you have them make on their paper. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the next step is you have them look at what they made, and they have to see something that they would recognize in the scribble that they made. And with the second color, they make it. So there could be a few things that I could do here, but what I'm going to make is a boat in very rough water. I'm sure I could think of something better, but for purposes of being quick, I'm making the boat, and it is in like a tidal waves. And that is what they're going to make. And then what I'm going to talk about is all the skills you just worked with the child. You worked on auditory processing where they followed directions. You worked on cross-body movement, which is known to stimulate both parts of the brain. You worked on visual graphomotor skills, which is that they first had to make a scribble, and then they had to make the actual something in the scribble. You also worked on their expressive language skills because they had to explain to you what they made. Their visualization skills, because as I said in the beginning, they had to imagine a piece of paper that actually wasn't there. So that's the Squiggle technique.